Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Yesterday we talked about the significance of the flooding in Charleston and other parts of the East Coast on the Pope's 87th birthday, Pope Francis, the man who hails from Argentina. So, in light of that, I want to read this article. At least 13 killed as fierce winds hit Argentina, and this was in the news Sunday, December 17th, the Pope's 87th birthday. Remember, in Charleston, they set a record with how high the tide was. It broke a record that had stood since 87. As we're about to read, the deadly winds in Argentina were reported to be 87 miles per hour. And as we've talked about, 87 is significant to the Jesuits. Pope Francis is the first Jesuit pope. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, has a strong connection to 87 in Gematria. The Jesuits came out of suppression on the 8th month, 7th day, August 7th. Anyhow, look at this story. An intense storm in Argentina has left at least 13 people dead and others injured in the southwestern port city of Bahia Blanca. And remember, Pope Francis became the Pope on March 13th in the year 2013. According to Mayor Federico Subiles and local authorities, winds reached up to 140 kilometers or 87 miles per hour in the city on Saturday, and at least 300 people had been evacuated as of 3:30 a.m. local time Sunday, according to local authorities. So this storm went from Saturday to Sunday. Sunday was the Pope's birthday. The city council said on social media late Saturday that the situation caused by the storm was a catastrophe, reporting multiple injuries, some extremely serious. The council added that the most serious situation was at the sports club Bajinze del Norte, and apologies if I'm missing all the pronunciations, where medical emergency and civil defense workers were on site. In a statement posted to X, formerly Twitter, on Sunday, Mayor Subiles declared 3 days of mourning, saying, "I want to reaffirm our solidarity with the families and loved ones of the 13 deceased people. Accordingly, we have declared mourning in the city for the next 72 hours." Recall, Pope Francis again became Pope March 13th, 2013, the 72nd day of the calendar year. Of course, the calendar year that's named after Pope Gregorius. And in Gematria, Jesuit order equals 72. He reminded citizens of the importance of keeping safe by staying home, adding, "We are still in an emergency situation with electrical risk and risk of falling trees and structures." In an update posted on X around midday local time, the city council said a crisis committee met to plan the next steps. The city's emergency teams received 103,544 calls about downed trees, power lines, and signs, among other damages, according to a statement on Sunday. The office of Argentina's President Javier Milei said Saturday that the national cabinet is working with provincial and municipal authorities to help the victims and respond to the damage. And again, this goes back to what I've been educating about for a long time. The first act of weather warfare was admitted to in 1952 on the date August 15th. And August 15th is the Jesuit order's birthday. And again, the year 52 matters because in Gematria, Earth equals 52, Enlil equals 52, flood equals 52. The Babylonian god of flooding is Enlil. The practice of Kabbalah and Gematria goes back to Babylon. The Catholic Church is known by Protestants as the Whore of Babylon. And in looking up this story this morning, I noticed that right after Pope Francis became Pope, April 1st through April 3rd, there was deadly flooding in Argentina that killed over 100 people. That was back in 2013. And they say that concluded on April 3rd, which is the day that they contend is the day Jesus was crucified in history. And that date can also be written 3/4 as it is in the majority of the world, which is a number that has a lot to do with Francis, as in Pope Francis. But yeah, they have to report an 87-mile-per-hour storm that impacted Argentina Saturday and Sunday, the Pope's 87th birthday. The one other thing I'll add about this is if you followed us this past April 2023 when we went down to California to educate about a lot of things, from the Jesuit Gavin Newsom to Kobe Bryant's death at age 41 on the Pope's 41st day of his age while traveling from Catholic Mass, and we were all over California educating about what's going on in the world, the corrupt Jesuit influence. When we were in Hollywood, out in front of the Jimmy Kimmel broadcasting place, which is a Masonic temple, all the locals said it was just unreal what happened while we were out there. We were out on the loudspeaker, having a lot of people stop in Hollywood to listen. And this crazy, crazy blast of wind just came through, and it lasted for a while, and it actually knocked over our speaker system, and luckily it didn't break. But the people who were from there, they're like, I've never seen a wind gust like that, and I've been living here my whole life. Jeff Young was out there. He's like, I've never seen wind like this in Hollywood. And it was a trip. It was a trip. And you guys can watch that. It's all captured on video. So just makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. This weather warfare thing, we know they got technology, but is sorcery also a part of it? These are the questions that need to be answered. So we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. But yeah, again, record broken in Charleston that was set in 87 and now this in Argentina. And let's not forget what last year they did for the Pope's 86th birthday. Remember, they rigged the World Cup. Argentina over France. Argentina's first win since 86, the first ever World Cup to be concluded in December, the day after the Pope's 86th birthday. We had that one circled before the World Cup even began. Again, the game is rigged, guys, and that's what people need to wake up to. Till next time, Truth Seeker.